What up, Super Mario? Please set the super. Upline 15K. Uncle 15K President's Team. Been a distributor now for 7 years, 2.5 months. Best 7 years, 2.5 months of my life, maybe except for probably like the first 7.5 years where I had no worries, right? Y'all remember them days when you didn't have nothing to do but wake up and watch Thundercats and be a kid. Started the products after I seen somebody I played on the flag football team with, seen his 3-month results. It was crazy. Asked him what he was doing. He told me it was Herbalife. Decided to take a chance. Got my first unemployment check because I didn't have a job. Bought my membership, ordered products, including a rebuild. It was a chocolate one. I didn't have an option to get vanilla ice cream or strawberry shortcake. Yo, way less flavors back in 2012, but we really got set up with a lot of flavors in 2012 leading into 2019 where we never know what they gonna drop. You just gonna get bopped in the head with something delicious, effective, and to help boost your own personal volume, personal business, personal results, and everything. So I got on them products, using a rebuild, doing insanity, doing 2 shakes a day, lost 10 pounds in my first 8 days, right? Next 2.5 months ended up dropping down 21 pounds of fat. I was at 7% body fat. Since then, I put on, lean mass, still always in that mode of, staying as lean as possible, but trying to get this size that we have out here. And the products are good for that. Seeing that I didn't have a job and he told me that he could make money doing Herbalife, I said, me too. My first month, full month in the business, which was April, earned like around $600, retailing the products, got my first check. And I said, well, I'm not going to go job hunting no more. I'm going to just retail, get these checks bigger. And if I don't get people healthy, if I don't talk to people, if I don't have an intention of getting like a client a day, doing the work to have those, wellness evaluation conversations, having those goal conversations, presenting people like the marketing plan, daily. If I don't do that, then I don't eat. That was a mentality, in 2012. That was the mentality not having a job. That was the mentality of seeing the first check being $500, which came before I even knew that I didn't know I was going to get checks. He said he was making money. I didn't know all the ways that you could make money and everything. But I know when the check came, I was super excited. Having the intention of growing that check, and especially once I got around to hear stories about what people were earning. So doing that and then making sure that daily I was doing the type of things that was going to get me, into the income, whether it was straight retail cash, whether somebody's going to do a deposit, whether somebody's going to sign up and order. So I was going to be able to make wholesale income on those orders. Same thing which we have right now in terms of preferred members and distributors. Any other way that you can receive the money now, it's like so many good stuff with, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, and, everything else. But being able to get people and have the conversation leading that way, like, you want the results that you told me about? All right, then this is what it costs. You can get them or not. If you don't want to, the mentality that I adopted, which made it easier to kind of keep going and not get frustrated, was first I was connected to the results. I was connected to my personal results. So like nobody could tell me nothing. And that's going to be a key for you guys as, you think about building your check and you think about, you growing your business is you really have to embrace what we have. I was watching somebody's story online, and they were kind of like going on a rant. But since it was online, the young lady was talking about like people being interested in Herbalife, but then also, trying to slide in like, oh, well, let's talk more over dinner and stuff. But even though she says she talks about Herbalife to them and answer the question, even in the story, she was talking really passionate about like, yo, it can't say nothing, man. We're 40 years in almost, man. We're around the world. We multi-billion dollar company. Like, I'm just sitting there listening like, dang, like, let me make sure I'm always talking about the company like that. Maybe even more often, definitely more often, but then with that much passion and that enthusiasm. And it just kind of reminded me how I was, back in the day. And of course, that passion had to get like shined up and smoothed out, so I'm not like being obnoxious and stuff. And when you're brand new, it's okay to be obnoxious. You're gonna like learn like how to like, be smooth with everything that you want to say, all the benefits, all the passion and everything else. But in general, if you are connected to results, nobody can tell you nothing. So, being excited about, my own personal results, and talking to people about that, what it was like, yo, if you want the same type of results or any variation of the losing weight, gaining weight, clearer skin, I did notice that like the discoloration on my skin had changed by, obviously I started drinking more water, definitely wasn't drinking alcohol, since I was a everyday drinker, and then taking a tablet called cellulose, which tells you that it helps the appearance of your skin. So I was like, well, if it says it on the bottle, then I'm gonna take it. So whatever you guys want, find out which product has that on the wrapper, on the bottle, on the description, and then take it and then watch it be true, because that's the whole point of it being on is because it's true, right? So, telling everybody that, and then at the same time saying, in my mind is sometimes to them, well, if you don't want the products, I'll keep the products, you can keep your problems. Right? People will tell you everything that's going on in their life. People will tell you everything that they want to happen in their life. And if they're not ready to pull the trigger, that's cool. Right? I take rain checks. I know I can't cash them, otherwise I'd be a billionaire. But I'll get it next week or later on. I'll take all of those. But all the no's just to me is like, you're not ready right now. But anything else that somebody got to say, it's about you keep your problems, I'll keep my products. And you got to do enough. You have to do enough, because you're going to go through that, but you have to do enough where you can kind of sit here and be like, and I ain't got no problems. That's what this opportunity is about. It's like energy ain't a problem. How I feel in the gym ain't a problem. How we get in these clothes, it ain't a problem. The new clothes that we gonna buy, everything is no problem. The bank account is no problem. And so that gotta be the mission. That gotta be the mission. That gotta be the mindset. A lot of the stuff that we do in Herbalife, in terms of how we take the products, how we exercise, how we eat around, and stay consistent with the plan and everything else, how much we talk to people, how we're talking to people, right? A lot of that stuff isn't based off what to do and what to say. It's about like your mindset behind it. You know what I mean? So if you're playing I got to get a client every day game, a lot of the stuff that you're doing is just going to be like, I'm learning in the mix of it. And I'm just going and going and going and going and going and going and getting as many people into whatever funnels or whatever way that I'm bringing people in, 3-day trials, right? Invited to the challenges, invited to a workout, invited to a nutrition club, whatever it is that I'm getting the initial invite to. Like, you get better at that, and you don't worry about that because you're like getting fueled by a different intention. So your intention is what you're rolling for, not really the results. Like, I'm playing this game, and like the how and it's not as important as like, yo, I'm stuck on this game of getting a client a day. I'm stuck on this game of getting 100 people to come into the nutrition club. I'm stuck on this game of getting 100 people to come to the workout, which they also get post-recovery shakes at the workout. I'm stuck in this game of having this 21-day challenge, 30-day challenge, whatever the challenge, the number of participants to increase. Right? So when you look back over the next, do 2 or 3, 4 years, 5 years, when you're talking and telling your story as a president's team member, and they be like, man, what made you go so hard? You're going to remember these things that you thought about. And it was like, that was like your philosophy. Some people live in different philosophies and paradigms. And so what happens to them in the world is different because of how they're already viewing it. I used to work all day, talk to people all day while I'm out, right? Taking advantage of being out in the world because I had just got out of jail. I had spent 2 weeks on house arrest when I first started, right? So my gratitude for sunshine was at a different level, right? My gratitude for being out and amongst the public was a little bit different. So I did that, and then I would be up really, really late at night, sending messages to people, responding to people who were commenting on, Facebook posts and everything else like that, hitting up people in the messenger who green light was on. And, it was literally a philosophy that was saying, if Burger King closes, right? If Burger King closes, then if I stay open longer than Burger King, then there's no way that I won't be rich. Right? So most days, I'm getting up at 6, period. I was really, really good at getting up early just because it was like, we about to get on. I need to get to the gym and be out and be good, right? And I would probably be going to bed about 2. So I was doing like a 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. shift most of the time. And you know how it be, even when you're tired. I'm tired right now. I was up since 4:25. I still will probably be up till about at least after midnight on a day like that, which is crazy. So you kind of get used to that grind, and of course naps are allowed. I personally recommend it. But in my mind, I was like, Burger King closes at midnight. I'm up working past when Burger King is closed. Ain't no way I ain't gonna be rich. I don't know if it's true, but it's a cool paradigm to live in. And whatever paradigm you guys have, you guys can think of anything that you want to make it work. That's the thing about Herbalife, and the thing about life is it really doesn't matter what you believe in. There has to be some belief for anything to actually be working. That's why I'm getting on people about their religion. I'll be like, well, man, I don't care. I hope it worked for you. And the only way it can't work is if you just ain't believing. I don't know what it is that y'all think and be looking at, reading. What? It doesn't matter. If you got the belief in it, what you're going to have is the evidence of it. Belief yields evidence, period. So then nobody can't say nothing. Because use the proof. Use the proof to help other people believe before they get a chance to get some of their own proof. That's the whole thing. And it's a crazy thing. I used to always really talk, together with God, religion, and Herbalife at the same thing, because I know everything's belief and action, kind of related. It used to be all the way. It used to, oh my God, all the time. And it was different times, right? So, everybody got their own thing. What up? So, it's 10 days in. We 10 days in. We are third of the month of June, the last month that we have in the second quarter of 2019. Second quarter of 2019 almost done. Right? How you feeling? We about to be at the half. As soon as June ends, as soon as the 6 month ends, we're going to be halfway done with 2019. It just was New Year's. And we're going to be halfway to 2020. Right? Don't know if the world going to end. Don't know if the sky going to open up. But if one day, on Monday, it happens, and y'all on here at 5 o'clock and I ain't here, I got up in the rapture. I was gone. I was out. Right? Nah, who knows? So, don't know. But I know Herbalife turning 40. I know that as soon as 2020 start, we're going to be celebrating because Future Press Team is at the beginning of the year. And then we're going to be kicking off with the January kickoffs at the beginning of the year. We halfway to that point, already. For us to be able to, just for everybody who's celebrating 2020 and everybody who's alive in 2020, it's just going to be a great year in so many ways, right? It's just going to be a great year in so many ways. So right now we got to just focus on understanding that we have to finish out this June being committed to sitting in some type of VIP for extravaganza. Extravaganza! Some type of VIP. right? We had April LDW, Leadership Development Weekend, people were VIP. Extravaganza, VIP. When we go to Extravaganza, we're going to find out all the qualifications. Still going to be probably the same for our VIP for October Leadership Development Weekend, right? One of the paradigms to live into, especially while you're on the way. When I say on the way, I mean you're going for prayers. You're going for that next level. Like you're in your I'm going for the next levelness it's made up of VIPs of all different levels. You have your monthly VIPs, which is going to be at the Success Training Seminars. You have your quarterly VIPs, right? January kickoff, the 2 Leadership Development Weekend, and Extravaganza all have VIPs. And then there's basically the yearly VIP gets you to the North American vacation. So, qualifying VIP at those levels for 4 events, you're basically setting yourself up to also go to the North American vacation, which happens every single year. I want you guys to understand what this company is and is going to be for you is if you've never traveled before, right? Let's do this. If you do not have your passport, just so we can see, because this is like, I like getting the understanding of how many lives get to change. If you do not have a passport yet, type a 0 into the chat. If you do not have your passport yet. Oh my gosh. So like this is how it goes, right? If you came in 2012 when we were in, then your first vacation you would have qualified for was a cruise. And we flew into Florida, cruised out of Miami to the Bahamas. We stopped at Atlantis, which is crazy that we're going to go to Atlantis this year. We're qualifying this year for next year. We stopped in for half a day in Atlantis, went to the Bahamas. It was crazy. Went to a couple of other islands. You had to have your passport. You would have had to have your passport. We have trips we had vacations to Mexico. You got to have your passport. Right? Some of you guys, like Herbalife is going to set you up for the first time being on airplanes, going to some of the coolest places in North America, whether it's, Miami, New York, coming out here to California, Los Angeles. Some of you guys never been to Los Angeles, and we have events that are going to be here in Los Angeles, and that's going to be like your opportunity to really, see one of the best places, in the country. Right? So you do the little VIPs to set you up for that yearly VIP in which that the room is paid for, right? Your own first room, any other second rooms you got to pay for, and then they send you like between $1,300 and $1,500 to buy your plane tickets, which is crazy. And then they give you like hotel credit or resort credit so that you can just spend everything on your room and don't got to really pay for anything unless you go off the resort and do other stuff. What? Right? So that has to be part of the paradigm that you guys are in as you guys are going is like VIP all the time. So, with these last 20 days and some change in June, we got to be saying how close can we get to the next level of VIP or extravaganza. Plus, when you're in a stadium with about 30,000 people, you want to have the best seats so that you got quicker access to the restroom. How many guys like going to the restroom? I do. And I don't like having to like wait in line for it because I'm going to hold it until I can't hold it because I don't want to miss the event. And then when I go, I don't want to have to like wait in line. So if I'm a VIP, I can get out faster, right? Press team, you got your own bathroom. It's just even better. So it's levels and levels and levels to this, right? The other good thing about hitting any type of VIP is you get to go to a super team extravaganza VIP dinner after the event. So Sunday evening, before we got to the Sunday evening party, which is like, if you know, you're going to come hang out with your upline press team, 15K, tab team, bronze and up. Who's trying to be bronze at least? Who's about to be silver? Who's about to be gold? Who's about to be platinum? And it ain't just dinner, by the way. Got some surprises in the cut because that's just what we do. I suggest you qualify. And if you my sidelines, I'm sorry that it did. Like, I wish I could just like feed all of you guys more than this sustenance that you get every Monday. Like, I really wish I could feed you guys' bellies. Right? But if y'all call your uplines, maybe they could, chip in and, we'll invite y'all. It don't matter. No cousins? He like, man, your upline is rich. Tell them what's up. Yo, man, I know your upline rich because your upline, my upline. He's rich. I'm just cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't even, man, it's crazy. Also, good news. Maybe you started off April a little slow, right? Maybe May was bad. Maybe you were a little bit far from making it to bronze, but because you know that the rest of your life is determined by what you do right now, so now could be the day that you kick it in. Anybody that does 5K in June also gets to go to the dinner on Sunday after the event with the squad right before the if you know party on Sunday night, which, I mean, I like seeing all the recognition. I like being recognized. I ain't gonna lie. Do it. A type of one in the chat at the Sunday party don't be like the highlight though. It's just one of them things. We learn, we grow, we network, we see all of our friends, we see all of our team. But that Sunday night party, and it's been going on since I've been in, it be something else. It be something else. I don't know what the team theme color gonna be, but it be popping. But before that, you ain't gotta go and worry about like going hungry. You better be well fed. And if any of you guys have ever ate when Super do the dinner, y'all know that it's gonna be probably one of the best things you guys ever tasted in your life. I'm gonna take you to your best steakhouse you ever been to, help you order the right type stuff so that you can really see what the lifestyle is on what you can live anytime you actually decide to go out, anytime that you actually go to a great city and want to eat good food. This is what the Prez Team lifestyle is about. So there's always a need for me to help introduce you guys to that lifestyle as often as possible, but giving you guys a chance to earn it so it feel good. Nobody like no free meals except for Instagram chicks. We like to earn stuff. Okay? So I'm here for it. Right? Sorry, Emily. Yeah, the club probably gonna be 21 and up. So, yep, it's cool. Right? So that's what we're focusing on right now. Type of 5, if you're gonna hit 5K and or be bronzing up in the chat. I'm looking at them. I see everybody's name. I see all the names. I'm watching the chat go. I'm holding y'all to that. I want you guys to be like, look, we about to make Soup have the biggest dinner bill that he's ever paid. And if y'all ever went out, y'all know that we've had some big ass dinner bills. Like the time that Jay-Z be having and everybody be posting. Like, we did that already. Man, you ain't, of course, ho, you a billionaire. You supposed to been do that, man. I'm broke, baby. I'm broke. And I do this for my team. So it's on you guys to see if we can get that card declined and see if you can beat me out the restaurant because I got wheels just in case it happens somehow. Right? Nah, it ain't gonna happen. So, but that's really what it's about as we finish out June and be focused. Right? Everybody got that in. I know there's a lot of jokes in there. I know it's always fun. It's a great Monday. I'm in a ridiculously good mood. It might be because of what's in the cup. And it might just be because like I'm alive and it's in this Monday, right? That's it. So, but hopefully you guys didn't miss the point that I was trying to make, that all of that was surrounded by there's a promotion going on. We're ending this second quarter going into extravaganza, right? But what I want you guys to know now, and not to get out of the now, not to get ahead of yourself, because what you want to do is still always be knowing like, hey, what am I doing for the next half year? What am I going to be doing next year Like, how am I going to set my year up? How am I going to get ready for all this travel that has to happen? Because we do have events this year and next year. And for the rest of our life, we got events to travel to get these nuggets and see our friends around the world. Some of y'all, I'm only going to see in Houston, New Orleans, Miami, Mexico. That's a good relationship. I ain't going to lie. I got friends, I'm going to see them in Miami. Next time I see them, it's going to be in Jamaica. Like, that's a good relationship to have with people where you only see them in some of the coolest places you can go to. You get pressing, I see you in Aruba. That happened. Right? So you got to set that up, knowing. Next thing that we got to know, right, that's coming up quick is if you look at ending the second quarter, that third quarter, and we say quarter, right, meaning that you break down the year by months, right? So a quarter means 3 months. That's a 90-day plan. So the rest of, in terms of, we look like full in the months and quarters breaking down, so we can just like kind of follow the Herbalife calendar. You got 2 90-day plans, right, leading into your, your VIP sitting at October LDW and your VIP sitting that's going to be at the January kickoff of being focused, right? And if you're brand new and you're like 90-day plans, it's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know what he's talking about. First off, if you're brand new, shout out to all of you guys. Get your supervisor as fast as possible. This call is one of those, it's a little bit basic a lot of times it's high level, but it'd be basics. So we still kind of keep the basics, but I'm not going to go through all of the designated basics, like the marketing plan. It comes in your book, and you can go on myherbalife.com you're going to type in marketing plan and watch a video or read about it. You got to get the supervisor, get to that 50%, right? That's the first thing. Everybody else, what we got to do is say, okay, how much do we want your team to grow in the next 90 days and then the next 90 days, right? So when I do events and I train, except for during the tab team meeting, I don't really talk about anything probably past 2014, right? We start talking about leadership. We start talking about like lessons learned, a lot of retrospect stuff, and a lot of stuff to get them to like that press team mentality. And then everything else is talking about how do you hit press team in 2 years. First off, Mark Hughes kind of tells us about how many people we should be talking to a day. But you have to understand that your 90-day plan, your 3 months of work can get you to start your qualification months or your cuts of whatever you need to cut. A lot of you guys, your cuts are going to be global expansion team, right? If you're not global expansion team, your cuts are global expansion team. The only way that you can't start cutting in the next 90 days is if you literally don't believe that you can, which the non-belief is really going to lead to non-action of doing the work, talking to enough people, getting enough people signed up, right, and casting the vision. The easy part is just get them on this Monday call. We can just start talking about checks like we're about to do in a minute anyway and do even more stuff and get people excited, right? But you're saying, look, 90 days to get to the first cut. Now, the next 90 days is going to be your first, second, and third cut, but you're working through that, right? You're working through that to jump up. Now we have these, get 2,500, Mill Team 7,500. We got these intermediary, tab levels before you get to the percentage change. So you can go into that next cut in 90 days too as well, right? And this is so anybody that you see who's going fast, these are the type of things that they're doing, is understanding that, hey, during cuts, you don't stop working. And then you can go from cut into cut into cut into cut. So you're boom, boom, stacking them. 90-day plan, cut, 90-day plan, cut. And even if you do it like that, you're still going from where you're at to get, to Mill Team within a year. I know that it's possible because it's been done. I know that's possible because people are doing it now. And you guys who are all going to the event in New Orleans, you guys are going to see that and you guys are going to hear the story. The stage is going to be broken based off all of the numbers, all of the people, right? Does that make sense? So as you set up your 90-day plan, you really need to start thinking about like what personal events that you're doing, right? In person, ideally in person, right? But that you'll personally attend, even if it's on a Zoom, that you get a chance to invite people to introduce. And it has to be something that's going to be you got to get something that's team related. So team related in telling stories, and then team related that they're going to be connected to wanting to show up in it or log into it too as well. As I sat back, I was, evaluating some things like mentally, and I was thinking about like social media and all kind of stuff. I was like, yo, it's very difficult to get people tight unless you have a tight in-person event structure, right? And culture, or what you do on a Zoom has a great culture, right? Using the phone to get a whole lot of people is one thing, but you got to get people together culturally. Does that make sense? Somebody could do a lot of high volume. Somebody could do like a lot of retailing. You could do a lot of PMs. You can have a whole lot of people that you talk to in person. You can have a club, a lot of people coming in, but then there's nothing else that's going to like, hey, at this time, we're here together. And then that's what gets the sticky factor. Because the thing that I want people to understand is to hit these levels and then to maintain some consistency is you're going to have people, no matter how fast they go and grow in the business, they're in it because of who we are and what we do. After 6 years, 7 years, people ain't left yet. Right? People ain't left. First reason why people won't leave is because they know that it's possible, right? Whatever it is, pressing, great results, they know that it's possible. So then it takes all of the stuff off of you and the pressure off of you and what you might have said or sold. There's no disappointment. There's no resentment in you, ideally, because you showed what's possible. So people are going to be connected to that. So they're not going to leave. They just go, no, hey, well, if I'm in college, I know that degrees are possible. Even if I choose to only take one credit a semester, that's going to take a long time to get a degree. But somebody already knows you can get a degree, and they know that they're only willing to do one credit of work, or they know they're only willing to do 500 volume points a month as a supervisor. They know that it's going to take a long time, and they're okay with it because the switch ain't flipped. Man, I don't want to study that hard. Hey, it's part-time. It's just great a little bit around, whatever I'm doing, school, work, etc. Hey, I just do it because a couple of people to help. It's awesome, amazing. Hey, I do it because I like the people. Out of 176 people on the line right now, it's only probably about 5 that don't like me. Maybe 10. Right? Why else would they stay? Why else would they come? And be stuck. Not off of being obligated to just show up to events, but there got to be something that they're connected to. They're connected to what it's going to take them. You have to create that. Your Zoom call, right? And this is for people who like work remote or people who work, social media. Your Zoom call has to be as culturally cool and inclusive and not, look, I don't be calling people out on a lot of stuff. I never have, maybe sidelines and stuff like that. People that go, you get called off of, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't going, it's all love. You got to create that same type of feeling that somebody else would get if they were building like locally in a fit camp or a nutrition club or, through their HOM that they were throwing, in person. Does that make sense of creating the culture through, your online things, and someone like Steven would know, got enough calls set up where those calls is like, this the team. We here clowning, we here going over stuff, but we're like us. Does that make sense? You got to have it where people like know that like who you is, right? I don't mind the Uncle Soup. I don't mind the Grandpa. I don't mind the Pops because those are all familial names, right? Those are all familial names. And it has to be this kind of certain type of, like, this is what we feel like, because at the end of the day, we'll know a lot about each other on this journey. Right? Cool. So 90 days going into LDW, figuring out like what are your weekly type things that you're committed to inviting to, showing up to, and growing. What results are you committed to maintaining if you got like fire ass results, which is small percentage, and then improving, which is all of us regular mortals. Always on the improvement, right? Always on the, like, let's not go. And I'm talking to myself too, right? We all go through our ups and downs, but when you're really on, like, I'm going to use these products to build a business, like, be attached to that. Like, just take a step back and then say, okay, I can make, I don't know, we're just going to throw a number out there, you know, $15,000 a month doing Herbalife, right? I'm going to make $15,000 a month at some point doing Herbalife. And it can happen as fast as you want, like as fast as you're willing to work for it. Getting these products off is going to be what does that. If you like, every time you think about that, you should literally be like, oh man, like I'm looking, and y'all know if I turn the camera around, there's going to be cabinets open because I'm just one of those type of guys, right? Cabinets are open, they have open. I can see stuff. There's nothing in there, but I can see peanut butter. Peanut butter might be a problem for some people. If you're thinking about these products is going to get me to making a couple $100,000 a year. Just doing Herbalife, drinking products, sharing the product, showing other people how to drink the products and share the products. That's literally all we do. And you can sit there and look at your cabinet and be like, man, y'all eating that for no reason. Man, 90 days. The next 2 90-day plans, what we looking like in terms of how strict we are with that. How much is somebody when you with other people, are they really gonna be looking at you like, bruh, what are you doing? Far from the goals, right? I'm talking to myself too. But I promise you, new people included, if you attack these products and the eating healthy, right? No, you don't got to sacrifice a whole lot. All we're doing is like just not eating fried stuff, not eating sweets. Like that's all eating healthy is, like for real. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. A gang of water and then doing at least 2 shakes a day. And somehow the tea, they nicknamed the drink this drink for the tea does crazy stuff. And that's it. If you knew people and people who really want to go, just got committed to that and be like, man, I'm not, a donut hole ain't worth it. This other little thing ain't worth it. Like, let me get there first, and then I'm going to be able to celebrate with dessert when I go out, right? Oh yeah, in the 90 days, we'd be at extravaganza. Man, earn the dessert at the dinner that you're gonna be with Super and them on Sunday. Earn that dessert, and then don't eat nothing until the end. And then you work, and you qualify for the VIP for the Leadership Development Weekend, and all the food when you gold and platinum be fire. It's like this weird thing that we do when we at the event though. You come back and everybody always asks like, how's the chicken? Even if you got chicken, it's like this running joke thing that a lot of people might not even catch. But it's like, just how's this chicken thing? And there's always dessert there. Some good cheesecake with Herbalife on it, or some little tiramisu with a piece of chocolate wedged in it that say Herbalife on it, or this other little cream thing, and it got Herbalife drizzled on the plate around. Get that dessert. At the end of like you earning it for 90 days. This is the life that you get a chance to do. Go to the vacation and then be like, man, Hawaii killed me. I got to get back on. Like you got on to go to Hawaii and then you're like, oh, Hawaii killed me. We did too much. Set yourself up like that. Set your birthday up like that. Man, I don't celebrate birthday. What? I'm about to celebrate life. Hold on. Let me get to it. I ain't taking a day off. Everybody know me? No, I'm thick can during my birthday. Years running. It's what? Right? That's paradigms. Just whatever you see, the world responds to what you looking at and how you looking. That's it. What else with 90 days? Right? What we working on our mindset. I know a lot of people on here is heavy on their mindset right now, and I appreciate it. Right? And even if it don't show up in the work, right? If your soul is better, then it's cool. Because then when you get on calls like this, your sponge is better. Right? 90 days. Better books, all the books, re-listening, staying focused, don't let it take you nowhere. Don't let the whatever you listen to take you nowhere. Let it take you into the business more. Let it take you into the hustle more. Let it take you into the doubts and to get rid of them more. Let that be where your personal development take you. Let it take you to a place of this is where the personal development that's going to serve you the best is going to come from. Right? And there's a lot of great ones. Whatever is going to get you to the fearlessness, that's going to be the best personal development for you. Because you start to ignore that thought that comes right after the good thought, the good idea. Time to go do follow-up. Then that other voice comes that don't exist, but your fearlessness gets that out the way because you're like, okay, nah, it ain't about bothering nobody right now at this time of the day or the night. Nah, it ain't about I bother them or I hit them up too much. Nah, it ain't about they think that this is all I want or anything else like that. Nah, it ain't about I don't even know what to say to the person. That's that second voice that comes right after you got an idea of talking to that person that you see walking in the street, talking to that person that's eyeing your button. I don't know why they eyeing your button. Make people eye your button. That second voice comes when you got that feeling of about to do it. When you got that feeling of about to go talk to somebody who, has a good network, has a facility, or, getting something that you need to help grow your business. That second voice is going to come in. But if you work on being fearless, then you're gonna be able to negate that. And you only gotta do it like once a day. Like it's like you do it once a day and then you're like good, like, oh, I'm warmed up now. You know what I'm saying? So use it on the first thing that happens, right? I used to go to the club, just to get my confidence up and to warm up, I'd dance with a big chick first. Right? They're easier to follow. I can't dance, so they're easier to follow. I just jump in the wave, whatever move. And then like now I'm super confident. And then it's a good night at the club. Right? This is like 15 years ago, 16 years ago. Right? But all the philosophies that I had when I was younger, even from like 14, 15 years old, in some type of way, I always applied them to Herbalife. Right? All the time. Right? Cool. I'm sorry, the bars are kind of hard today. Look, they just let the royalty drop off during the weekend. So what royalty is, and when they run the numbers, you get a chance to see your check. Log on to myherbalife.com, my office, my checks. See what your check is looking like. So just right now, on the side, raise your hand in the app so we can hear if you got your first check or your biggest check coming in June. We definitely want to hear from you guys because I think that's just really awesome. Like I said, I didn't even know my first check was coming. And it just was like, oh, Herbalife is real now. So if you had your first check or your biggest check, raise your hand in the app. Derek, what'd you have your hand up for, man? It was up for a while. I don't know what was going on, though. Let's see. We're just going to talk to you anyway. Oh, hold on. Let me make it so we can go. Boop. All right. Derek, what up?
What up, man?
How you doing, man? Where you from?
Right. And yourself, Louisiana.
Okay. What you had your hand up? Are you brand new, or you want to talk about the money?
Yeah, I'm brand new. I'm starting to push now.
Oh, what you pushing?
Well, I just made qualified producer. I think that is. Yeah.
Oh, you pushing them QPs? Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to that supervisor, man.
Don't say try. Just say I'm getting to that supervisor.
Well, yeah, that's right. That's the wrong language to use. I'll be there.
Yeah, for sure. Who's your sponsor, Derek?
Nikki Valdez, I think that's her last name. Out of Texas on the
Don't worry, it don't matter. They family. That's cool.
yeah.
For sure. Are you going to extravaganza, Derek?
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm like 2.5 hours away from the dome.
Okay, quick
Um,
drive, man. Quick drive.
like I said, I've been. As soon as I found out about it, I got my ticket. I'm ready to rock, man. You
For
know what I
sure,
mean?
man. Welcome to the team, man. Make sure you holler
Mhm.
at me, man, in Nolens.
Oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
No doubt, no doubt. All right.
Hey
Yo.
y'all, how's it going? My name is Josh from Green Bay. I hit a world team last month, and I had my highest check of $877 last month.
What? What you gonna do with it?
Bills, I got bills, man.
All right, so look, let's do the imagination game, right? Because one day your check ain't gonna be for bills. Like it's gonna like on your check gonna take care of the bills easily. What would you do with the extra $800?
That extra 800. Well, somebody told me always take 10% and put it back in my business. So I'm gonna take a little bit of back and put it in the flyers and stuff like that, and buying people shakes, because that's what I like to do, is buy their first shake for them. So I'll put a little bit aside for that. And then honestly, I kind of like buying new clothes, especially losing 74 pounds. You kind of need to buy a new wardrobe. So I need
Man,
some.
flex on them then to prove that you lost. I don't believe it, man. You gotta flex. Oh, there you go. Okay. It's easy to get the world team and get an $800 check if you lose a little bit of weight. Ain't that right?
Damn straight.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Congratulations again, too, doggy.
Thank you.
What up, man?
Hold on. How you doing?
I'm super. You already know.
My name is Billy. I'm from Bellflower, California.
Nice. And what was your check? You got your biggest check or your first check?
My biggest check. My check was $1,503, and I got the $500 bonus for an active world team.
Hitting active world team. So he hit active world team, y'all, which means he did 3 qualifications within a 6-month period, which is 4 months of 2,500 volume points, at least 1 month of 5,000 documented volume points personally. And then his organization did 500 royalty points, right? Royalty is 5% of the documented volume that your organization does. And when you first hit, and you qualify every year. So I've been active world team 8 times. You qualify every year, you guys. But the first time you qualify, you get a which represents the $500 royalty that you had already accumulated too, which is awesome. What do you plan on doing with that $500 bonus check, active world team, Billy Bill?
I'm taking my
Don't say
team.
bills.
I'm taking my team out to dinner after STS in 2 weeks.
Nice. Where y'all gonna go eat?
We're gonna go to this little restaurant in Cerritos.
Okay. Nice. See that? A little bit of leadership, you guys. It's about the team, man. That's why it's called Active World Team. That's why it's called President's Team. Look, none of it's mandatory. Let me get that straight, man. Thanks, Bill, man. Ball out, baby. Look, none of it's mandatory. I want you guys to understand that. None of it is mandatory. I'm talking about a shirt, a hat, a cup, an extra button for your team. None of it's mandatory. We come in, it's like the animal kingdom. Like, yeah, you got birthed by somebody, sponsored by somebody, but you're about to turn into a full-grown beast as soon as you in. Like, you out here, and you stay around, and then you learn what the beasts do, and then you do it. Right? But the good thing that about doing Herbalife is that you get to do it. Don't expect nothing, but you get to do stuff. My upline, right, he said, everything that Herbalife got, you want more incentive to change your own life. Of course, you should get a $500 bonus check. He introduced enough people to the opportunity that the sum total of what they were able to do for themselves and other people through having clients was enough that the amount of people that you sponsor got on the active world team. Or for you guys, the amount of people that you sponsored did enough of spreading the products to other people for their own results, right? It's all goes out. It all goes out. It's all a forward paying, it's a fully forward paying business. So I should write that down. Right? So they're doing that, and it's enough to hit global expander team, millionaire team, or president's team. And along with that is a check and a bonus check and these opportunities to go to these places and to get more bonus checks and in vacations. And when you look and you turn around, you all of a sudden like, I don't even know if my checks go to bills no more, because the bills, I ain't looked at them and worried about them in a long time. What else do I get a chance to do with money? Fun stuff. Stuff for other people. That's why we're going to go eat good in New Orleans. Right? But I want you guys to really embrace that. I want you guys to really embrace that. My sponsor, he started this, in his car. Homeless, living in his car, bouncing from couch to couch, right? No money, depressed, everything. Not knowing what he was going to do. And then took this business and ran with it fast. And it wasn't about somebody giving him this little thing or that little thing. It was like, yo, these people were getting results really quickly. Even as he sponsored me, I lost 10 pounds in 8 days. Like, that's part of his story. Man, I sponsored this dude. He lost 10 pounds in 8 days. 3 months, he was down 21 pounds. 2 years, he was pressing. That's part of his story. What comes with that is making over $1 million a year for years. Does his sponsor need to ever do anything more from him because he had a business that big and his sponsor's business is even big because of it? Does he even need anything more from his own sponsor besides the fact that he's getting everything that Herbalife is getting just in general? It's too much stuff. There's a corner full of stuff over there of all the stuff that I done got from Herbalife that I should still be giving away. Do for your team, for sure. But in the grand scheme of things, I want you guys to really embrace, right? And I'm a nice upline. I like doing the stuff, right? We do the promos, we do the vacations, we do the shirts, we do the backpacks, we do jackets. If none of it existed and you just went for Herbalife stuff, too much. Too much stuff. I got stuff down here. Y'all like, damn, they gave y'all that too? All kind of stuff. I got Herbalife fidget spinners. I ain't even got kids. Got Herbalife fidget spinners over here. Like, it's crazy. Hey!
What's up, y'all?
What's up?
My name is Shannon. I am in the Atlanta area. The Great Seven Michelle is my upline. So I'm gonna rewind real quick for y'all just to show y'all like the bigger picture of my check this month. In February, I had got my first check from Herbalife. It was $76.85. In March, I had my biggest check. It was $391.86. Last month in April, not last month, that was May. In April, my check was $251.81. For me, that wasn't good enough because my check went back down. Like I beat myself up about that. It affected me pretty bad. So one thing I really heard Steven say on these calls was, don't stop. Don't stop. No matter what your check is, don't stop. Something my upline tell me all the time is don't stop and don't get discouraged. Because I listened, because I was coachable. In May, I got my biggest check, which was $405.23. Not only that, I was able to contribute to my upline hitting active world team. That was a really big deal for me because I did not get discouraged. I did not stop. So the money grew. That was big for me. Biggest check. Thank y'all.
Nice. Congratulations. I love it.
Thank you.
Love it, you guys. It's crazy when you got a chance to just listen to what people say. It's like out of the mouth of babes, brand new. Hey, I was coachable. Oh, huh, huh. If, oh, yo, if everybody like just, look, this is what coachable means. I heard it, so I'll do it. I asked, the answer came, and then that's what it is. I observed it, it's working, so I'll duplicate. Just coachable. Anytime upline, a side upline is speaking, they're coaching you. Anytime you listen to Jim Rohn, he's coaching you. Anytime you listen to Mark Hughes, he's coaching you. Anytime you listen to anybody talking about their journey, as long as they're not doing this crazy stuff about, I ain't even gonna tell you like some of the stories that you hear, you'd be like, I get back, bring it back around. I don't care about your breakup. Anytime people talking about the good stuff that's happening in their business, how they got a client, what they just did, what they're excited about, what switched for them, they're coaching you. If you be coachable, act like every lesson that you're hearing is for you. So you almost want to act like the info that comes, right? The energy and the effort that comes from people when they speak. Even if it's not directly to you, like this is to the group, you got to take it like it's directly to you, right? Or you can be like, I'm about to be sneaky with it. Man, I'm about to just write down everything they saying. I'm just gonna put my ear to the door because somebody who's successful on the other side talking. And if it sounds like it's interesting, I'm gonna keep listening. Oh yeah, they getting it in. I might as well listen. Let me listen to what's going on. They only talking about good stuff. And be coachable, right? It's going to be stuff directly to you, something that your upline is going to see that's I don't want to say a flaw, but this little area of improvement, improve it as fast as possible. Or make it a conscious, or be conscious at it that you're not growing it, right? You ever have like leather couches got a hole in it? You can sit on the couch and the hole won't grow. And that could be like the flaw of the couch. But some people, they'll keep on making the flaw bigger, acknowledging it as there. And of course, they hate that the couch has it. But then they're like playing with it and, you know what I'm saying, digging all in it. Now most stuff coming out. And it's like you could have just been sitting there and then just focusing on the rest of everything else, right? Where that don't even matter no more. But you decided to put attention into what was already recognized was an area of improvement or a flaw or a hole in the whole you. Right? Overcompensating everything else is some stuff you might not ever be good at. What? Sympathy? I ain't even trying. I'm just going to overcompensate with everything else. Right? And then it's like, it's not even an issue no more because everything else is just so magnanimous and so valuable to the contribution of you becoming a great Herbalife person. It's not a matter about being 10 and 10 across the board, right? Some stuff could just be, it just is what it is. And then you can just be big in all of your best areas, right? I'll leave that alone. All questions are good questions.
What up? What up, everybody? So my name is Annie Buffins. And I just want to say that first of all, Annie Buffins out of Atlanta, Georgia, Global Expansion Team 2.5 member. I wanted to share my check. And it wasn't my highest check, but I did get I will be receiving my highest check from other countries because I have a business partner out in Canada, and I'm super duper excited to grow. Like, y'all, we have the opportunity to do business in over 94 countries. So I'm excited to take full advantage of that. My highest check in other countries was $49 before this one. I'm going to be receiving $130 extra from helping people all over the world and not just being limited to where I'm at. So I'm excited about that, and I'll share my check too. Although it wasn't my highest, I am beyond grateful. I don't know about y'all, but $6,000 a month at age 24 just helping people feels damn good. I can say that super. It feels damn good. So if you're not taking this business opportunity serious now, like after these calls and after we get poured into by the top 1% of the company, the time is now. Like it still is mind blowing to me that I'm going to, and that's not even the bonus. I'm still going to be waiting for like another $1,000. So over $7,000 in checks, just helping people day in and day out. And it feels good, and going to Hawaii on Thursday. Super duper grateful for the opportunity. And that is my share.
Big checks. Yeah, that's me. I am flabbergasted. All that money at 24. Beyond me. Anybody else? All questions is good. Questions, want to share, want to do anything? Raise your hand in the app. Or unmute yourself and speak freely. I don't know about y'all, but on this side of the call, it was fire. I don't know. Nothing else? All right, cool.
I do.
Oh. At the buzzer.
Sorry, I was trying to get to it quick. Hi, Jamie from the IE. It's not a question or anything, but I just want to say real quick, alignment and confirmation is so amazing. So you wouldn't know this, Super, but in the beginning of the call, I got 2 messages from people on this call that said, it's almost like he knew exactly what to say specifically to me tonight. And then the other message says, this call got me fired up. I am looking to go to New Orleans now as a bronze qualifier. So I just want you to know, and like people on this call, you never know what somebody is like speaking into their life and believing for and all of that. And then you literally said the energy and effort that comes from what's being said, take it as if it's exactly to you. So my response was, and it fires me up, man. It really does. How is that for more confirmation right now on this call? The message that you sent me was literally just reiterated to you. So thank you so much for being on point. All of you guys that are sharing my words were like, keep going. Annie, you just said it. Like all of that stuff. Thank y'all so much.
You're welcome for sure. And, thank you for that. I'm going to come back to, let me just get this question.
I don't have a question, but I am really...
Question time, girl. Oh, y'all. What y'all know?
Well, this is another thing that speaks to confirmation because this just happened since we've been on the call. My fiance has signed up and he is a new distributor.
Hey.
Since the call started. So he's coming with us to Extravaganza and we lit over here in the beach household.
Nice. Welcome to the team.
Welcome, babe.
Let's go.
Okay, back to questions.
Right. Like, that's the cool thing about it, you guys. It's when you are in the place, even if you're in your sad place, your depressed place, your place of doubt, unsurety, lost, but you're ready to not be in that place. Or you're ready to say, what am I going to have to do to go to the next level in whatever aspect of your life? When you go to the places where somebody has been designated, right, to speak to you, without a doubt, you're going to hear what you have to hear for you every single time. And I know you guys have experienced it in whatever places of worship that you have, right? I already know, and I'm sure some of you guys will agree who, have high just natural belief and understanding what belief really means. I'm designated to be this type of person for people, right? In this type of business, as soon as I signed up and I seen what it was about, I was like, yo, man, they made this for me? 1980, because they knew I was about to be born in 81? Like, they made it for me to be able to do this? That's why everything happened the way it happened. Like, when you set yourself up, right? This could be all like this. But if like in front of you, right, there's still something that's pulling you to like being able to try to see through the clutter, see through the fog, step into some clarity. Every time you go to a place where somebody is designated, think about what designated means. It means design. All of these words are synonymous with one thing. Like if you are listening to somebody who's designed and in the designation for you, you are going to hear something. And the people out in the world, most people are in that state where there's something that has to get, and they just never be in a place where they can be around some designation. That's it. Like it's on us to help a lot more people. And if we're honest with ourselves, right, we know that life seemed good for a lot of us, and it wasn't. What do you think it's like for the rest of the world? Everybody is struggling. Everybody is broke. Everybody is unsure. Everybody wants new friends. Everybody lonely. Everybody like needs more stuff. Everybody needs something more productive. Everybody needs more fulfillment. Right? Everybody needs more peace in a lot of ways. Everybody needs a new project and a new hobby. Whatever this Herbalife could be for you, right? And for somebody else that you can see. Like Herbalife is all everything, so it can be whatever for people. It can be your lifeline. Or it can just be like the most fun thing that you do around all the other fun stuff that you do. But it's reality. And we get a chance to invite people to that. Right? Not to say that I'm going to be I'm just one of the many. Just one of the many. Mostly the best. But that's just in my own arrogance, because if not, I'm going to be caught up in my own brain about all my other insecurities. Because we all got it. All questions are good questions. Ain't no questions. Turn up.